Johnson.
Cool Johnson. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that now. All right. Well, I guess we'll do the intro. Welcome to Cubicles and Controllers, episode 10. This is Tan, and you're talking to on the other side Black. So 10 and Black.
What's up, people?
And that's always been his voice. I know Lloyd is probably anxious to talk about, and I'm actually curious too, because I only know a couple of casual gamers that are playing The Witcher 3. And Lloyd, who kind of introduced me to the Witcher world, is playing Witcher 3 right now. Lots of good buzz and everything. I wanted to kind of get your favorite parts of that game.
I don't think I'm anywhere close to finished because from what from the stuff I've read, but I've played a lot though. From the stuff I've read, there's a
you're a Cubicles guy. You don't have time to put in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you like about it so far? What are some of the strong points? Like 5 strong points from the game.
The main story is strong, especially if you played The Witcher 2, the first Witcher, you read the books, and I've done all those things. The side quests, the hunts, it has the best side quests probably of any game I've ever played, only because none of them are really trivial. It's not go get these bear skins or these amount of plants. That doesn't happen. You go on a side quest for something you think is small, and a lot of times it'll link up to other things.
Yeah, so I heard there's no chase missions, which is awesome because RPGs really rely on chase missions, side missions a lot.
But I mean, now there's a whole lot of like side missions you can find and treasure hunts you can go on. And like when I first opened up the first area of the game, just that first little map, and then I expanded, I was like, this world is huge. Then I realized that was only one region, and I zoomed out, I hit a button, and all these other regions opened up. Yeah, it's the game. Okay, so the game is huge. So you've got great side missions, great main story. It's a very, very beautiful game. Combat is, I like the way combat makes sense to me. Combat is good. They've got a fast travel system now that they didn't have. Traveling.
I remember you got me into Witcher 2 just a few months ago because it was free on Xbox. And tell you the truth, the story was a little too deep for me, and we talked about that in a previous episode. But it's a good story. The way it just works, the logic, the progress logic, how it works is just beautiful with Witcher 2. But that was my main gripe, was the fucking traveling. And the fact that they added fast travel modes now, I was like, all right.
You've got a horse, and you can only fast travel to places like that you've been, but once you've been there, you can like zip around.
So. Yeah, but most games do that.
Right.
Where, yeah, you have to discover that area to go fast travel to it. Makes sense. I'm fine with that. That's awesome. I didn't know that, actually.
Oh, and one more thing. You asked for 5, but I'm going to take it to a new level.
Oh, shit. 6.
The game, like, you can go underwater. And a lot of games let you swim. Shut up. A lot of games let you swim, but, like, there's treasure and creatures underwater and underwater caverns you got to fight. And it just adds this whole new layer of depth. Like, I was swimming I'm taking a boat out to go look for something, and these mermaids, which can not only swim but fly, jump out of the water, start trying to shake my boat so that it sinks, because your boats can sink. I kick one off with my sword, kill him. Another one's flying in. I dodge it on the boat while trying not to swim out, use my crossbow to shoot him down.
Wait, so it's a merman.
Or I'm sorry, her down. Then I get thrown into the water where the mermaids are. I mean, they're killing me underwater. So you can't use a sword underwater. So I use my crossbow and kill them.
Wait, you can't use a sword underwater, but you could use a crossbow.
Yeah.
Think
Well,
about
I
it.
mean, think about it. You can't swing a sword fast underwater. You can't.
You
I
can
mean, just like a
about it.
harpoon gun, you can use a harpoon gun underwater. Yeah. So, and then I'm taking the boat out further, like this big whale tail, which was larger than me and the boat by probably 2 times. Just the tail, like hammers water down and nearly flings me out of the boat. And I'm like, I kind of want to get in the water, underwater, and see what that thing looks like, but I'm afraid it might kill me. The game is awesome, and the storms and the weather. There's so much to it.
Yeah, everything I've read on it, the amount of work that's been put into it is supposed to be just stupendously mind breaking.
Yeah.
My question to you is,
Mhm.
what do you think got missed out on, or what don't? There's got to be aspects of it. It's like, oh, I wish they tackled this from the last one, which they didn't do in this one, or there's a new problem or issue that comes up that you're like, I wish they didn't have this.
I don't really have any complaints. The only thing I can see that might be different is, and I don't know how far it goes in the game. Maybe at the end of the game you can do this. I don't know. Um, I would hope that they've got this franchise on their hand where if Geralt's story ends, they could bring another Witcher in and you be a customizable Witcher. I mean, as much as I love this game, the only thing that I think might make it take it to a new level is if you could customize your Witcher. But I understand, there's Geralt, there's Ciri, there's a story. Maybe in the next game you could play as either one of them. But that for all the story stuff they're doing, that might change some things. Especially because the game is heavily reactive, man. I've made many decisions in this game, and from everything I've read, they said it doesn't say such and such will remember this, and now this thing doesn't happen. It just says there will be a lot of story things you think are insignificant, and they'll show back up hours later. And this game is not afraid to like.
I'm always impressed by the foresight of the programmers and the storytellers to do that.
Yeah, and this game is not afraid to like kill a whole village because you made a decision.
So initially, this is Game of Thrones, but in a video game setting. Something that happened 2 seasons ago finally comes back around.
Very, very, very much so. And I love that this game is not afraid to end a city or a town. You come back to a town and everyone's dead because in the other decision you made might mean that a different town was dead or all the kids in the village lived. Like it's the decisions you make are hard. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna be evil or I'm gonna be no. It's not like that. The decisions are like crap. You're normally choosing between which evil do you want to deal with.
Okay, so I have a question for you pertaining to the theme of this podcast. I have a buddy I work with in my company. It's an IT consultation company. And he's got a wife, he's got a kid coming along the way, and he started playing The Witcher 3, which I was like, all right, well, you got a full life. How do you have time for this? This is supposed to be an engaging game. But to your point earlier, where you said it's one of those games, it's such a long form game that initially you could just play piece by piece by piece, and it's just one of those games that's endless for you.
Yeah, you can play it for a long time.
How does it translate to a gaming on the back burner but still liking gaming kind of person?
If you've got the patience to like play one game and stay engaged, you could definitely have this as your game. And when your wife is watching reality TV or your kid's asleep, knock a couple hours out a night or every few nights, and it would be well worth the money.
Anything else you're playing?
Not a Hero, which is a PC game. It's I'd call it a side-scrolling 16-bit Gears of War, but it's very fun. You should look at some video on Not a Hero. It's awesome. I've been playing The Last of Us with a friend of mine. I actually posted some videos on our Cubicles and controllers on YouTube. And
I remember you talking about Not a Hero. I remember watching this video. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
but and Last of Us. I've been playing Last of Us, The Witcher 3.
Wait, you're playing it again?
Not the campaign, just multiplayer. I found a place online that was selling it for like $12 for the download to download it, and I was like, $12? Oh yeah. And so I love the multiplayer on Last of Us is awesome. It really is. It's got to be one of the
I
best.
guess I've never dabbled in it.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best multiplayers ever. But last night, funny story, friend of mine, I've had Assassin's Creed Unity for like months, like haven't unwrapped it. I bought it like it was on sale on Best Buy for like $19, so I bought it on a whim. And I started playing it last night, and so far I am so unimpressed. Like Black Flag, like the movement, yeah, you can descend better and you can go inside buildings and there's a cover system, but like when you got the piracy in the underwater and like the movement in the game still feels it's pretty, but it feels like a step backward.
Dude, I feel like they have like a skeletal build of the game system and they just improve graphical and some physical abilities in it. And I was like, no, when you have a team that big and you're putting millions of dollars into it, might as well take the same concept and rehash it out, you know? Because
You mean overhaul it? Like
the games, that the bones of each game starting to feel the same.
E3 will be in a couple weeks, and
I know, right?
I'll be reading everything, seeing what I'm excited for. Capcom has already started showing a little bit of stuff for Nintendo. So Monster Hunter Cross, it looks like Monster Hunter X. It's a flashier take on Monster Hunter. That looks cool. You remember I talked about Monster Hunter 4 on 3DS? I have it. I play it.
My girlfriend just got a DS XL, and she just wanted to play Majora's Mask off the bat, but I was gonna kind of do some research to see what other good games are out there on it. I actually just played Advanced Warfare finally last week. I got it in the mail, and
What'd you think?
I can definitely see what you were saying about it. There's definitely elements of it where I was like, the campaign was pretty solid. The thing is, I think as a huge advocate I was of the Call of Duty series, especially during the Modern Warfare when that kicked off, 1 and 2, which were my favorite experiences at that time. The formula is getting old. As a guy who's played every single one,
Right.
the formula is getting old because it's so linear. It's so linear. There's not a lot of deviation or creativity you can take with it. It's just point shoot story, point shoot story. It's very, very linear. And I was kind of peeved that I beat it in 2 days.
Come on, man. You got to expect that from a shooter, man. You got a 6-hour campaign max. 8, maybe, if you're lucky.
Yeah. Oh man, I was done. I was like, what? That's it? And I'm done in 2 days. And mind you, this is Monday and Tuesday, so I'm playing after work, and I'm done in 2 days. I was, and as a guy who doesn't play Call of Duty multiplayer or the zombie modes and everything, that game was initially useless to me after 2 days.
Yeah.
Unless I wanted to chase achievements, which I don't care. Their focus on multiplayer just overshadowing a good, rich campaign experience is making me lose interest. Granted, when the new Black Ops comes out, Black Ops 3, which looks awesome too.
I am very curious about that.
And of course, I'm still playing Far Cry 4.
I still have to get that.
And it's really engaging. I'm actually completely engaged into it, but it's not innovative by any means.
Yeah, it probably feels just like 3.
It feels exactly like 3, in fact. Minus a few additions of you riding an elephant, the combat system, how you climb the buildings, the towers, and everything. It's very, very much the same. It really felt like that they built it up the bones of the last one and just upgraded the graphics a bit with a few new techniques. But it doesn't make it a bad game. It just doesn't make it a thrilling new experience. It feels like a upgraded expansion pack.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But it's big. And there's moments where I'm like, man, they put a lot of effort into it. But I assume nothing as big as your Witcher 3 or something. But
They've been working on, let me see. The Witcher 2 came out in 2010, I believe. So The Witcher 3 just released, what?
5 years.
5 years later.
Oh, pertaining to the theme of the podcast, Call of Duty, very, very consumable by any action fans who have cubicle jobs or a corporate job. It's easy. As I said, I finished the game in 2 days on a Monday and Tuesday when I got home from work and working out at the gym.
Yep.
So that's very consumable. Far Cry 4, if you're looking for a brand new experience, and it's not there, but if you really like the Far Cry 3 formula, this is a good one. And I would say I'm on 20 hours of this game already, and I still have halfway to go. But Far Cry has always been one of those series where the side missions are good enough for me to get engaged in.
Right.
Because they have their own rewards. You get the additional weapons, etc.
I would say, I'm not sure I did that same thing when I talked about what I was playing, but The Last of Us on PS4, it'd be a good experience for someone who, didn't have a lot of time. But reason being is because the actual campaign is decently lengthy. I want to say it was 10 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
And it's engaging. The multiplayer is awesome. So once you got done, you could play that. Not a hero.
Is the multiplayer kind of like Call of Duty where you'll just be destroyed by assholes who...
No, not at all. Watch the video I have on YouTube, man, on our site.
Yeah.
But no, not it's not anything like Call of Duty. There has to be cooperation. There has to be, and actually, there's a lot of sneaking around, and you just can't run and shoot.
No, okay.
Like there's a lot of trap setting, and I mean actual like booby traps, that sort of thing. And yeah, it's not a spawn and get shot thing.
Well, that's all I have.
Yeah, me too. That's it.
Holla.
All right, man.
All right, dude. Take it easy.
Thanks for paying attention. The people that do.
Black and tan.
We're out. We'll see y'all next time.